what this is, little boy?
Centuries of glorious hatred passed down through generations.
So if there's something we know,
Going back as far as we can remember,
it's that a crumb despises an Ellingbow.
and an Ellingbow can't stand a crumb.
Civil War. Welcome to hell, everyone.
War is war and hell is hell. And of the two, war is a lot worse. There are no innocent bystanders in hell.
And there are plenty of innocents in this movie that get hurt. So bring your big boy pants to this one, cause it gets gruesome. Or perhaps you could just kill your emotions like our main lady here. Mentor, a journalist that, like many others, can see the writing on the wall. This civil war is coming to an end soon, and California and Texas, the Western forces, are gearing up for a final push to take down Mr. President once and for all. And if you want to know why this Civil War started in the first place, use your imagination because it is a scary thing to think about. Considering today's political landscape and the fact that they don't tell you in this movie. Anyway, Mentor journalist and her friend have decided they're gonna head up and get one last interview from Mr. President before he meets the Grim Reaper. And because a boy and a girl traveling across the country on a road trip is too close to a romance for this movie, we have two extra people joining us. Old wise journalist and new journalist. And just like the Jurassic Park tour, we are moving from pen to pen, witnessing everything this crazy world has to offer. And man, is it truly an incredible one. Sure, the stops, much like the dinosaurs, don't really have a whole lot to do with one another, but that's kind of the point. It's a look at the horrors of war through the lens of war journalism. And as with any kind of journalism, you only get pieces of the big picture. So while a road trip with 4 character archetypes is about as cliched as you could take this movie, it still works really well. The characters themselves, while specific archetypes, mentor journalist being the damaged, war-torn mentor, to starry-eyed new journalist that just wants to be like our mentor journalist, old man journalist that's there for emotional support and wisdom, and friend journalist that's just crazy enough to be the comic relief. I mean, there is a reason such archetypes have become so mainstream. Sure, we don't really do anything fun or new with them, and I predicted just about every conversation and character interaction and character development these 4 people had throughout the entire movie, but it's not a bad thing. Just like Gran Turismo, cliche and well-trodden doesn't mean bad. Just means predictable. Doesn't negate the fact that some of the scenes in this movie really stick with you. There was a lot of dead silence in this movie, just letting the scenery speak for itself. And I think that's why they decided to take this movie in such a generic direction. You're watching the hard work of journalism. People who are a lot braver than you, bringing you updates on a horrible situation. Giving you just enough character to get you invested in our journalists is they bring you the material so you can ask the tough questions that come with watching a movie like this. Luckily though, going to see this movie is not a tough question. You should definitely see it in theaters. Some of the moments in this movie, the most impactful moments, they're not going to be the same if you watch it at home. Trust me on that one.